Hello and a very warm welcome to Hindustan Times. My name is Monica Rawal, and today for this very special interview, I have with me a Bollywood actor whose work has been appreciated by fans and critics alike. With her strong roles on screen and films like Thappad, Saan Ki Aankh, Pink, Badla, Game Over, she has made a niche of her own in the film industry. So please join me in welcoming Taapsee Pannu. Hi Taapsee, welcome to Hindustan Times and thank you so much for spending time for us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, Taapsee, so first thing first, I would say there is so much happening in the industry that you are a part of. So much negativity, toxicity, लोग ट्विटर छोड़ रहे हैं और इतना कुछ चल रहा है. And given the kind of actor that you are, the kind of woman that you are, you're not someone to take anything, sitting quiet. But how are you maintaining your sanity and keeping at peace with everything around?
See, I'll tell you what, I possess a very strong art, which I feel everyone should have at some level. That's called an art to disconnect. And I think I have kind of mastered it. Only sometimes it gets on my nerves, very rare times. And even when it does, I like to deal with it in a more humorous way than to let it like bother me, because I believe my life is too short and too precious to spend over negativity. I have always looked at the glass half full, and I still continue to do that. So it will take a lot for these things to actually affect me. It doesn't affect me much now. So I'm sane.
That is very wise thing to say, I must say. And one who has seen your career, your journey in the industry, know that you're a very, very strong, opinionated girl who does not really think before speaking or tweeting. I remember in one of your interviews, you did even tell us that I can't do a lot of R&D before I tweet something. So has it been the same in the past, let's say, 20 days that the industry has been facing?
Um, I don't do R&D because I first of all don't tweet something when I don't have enough knowledge about it. And when I
Right.
feel I know something about it, which is enough for me to say, present an opinion, I do that. And it's my handle. And if you don't approve of it, don't follow me. And you have the choice to unfollow if you want. And if you choose to follow me, then choose to listen to me. Then you've chosen to listen to me. And if I'm on social media platform, I'm okay for you to write whatever you want to me, but it's my choice if I want to let it affect me or no, or if I want to reply back or no. So it is like a free country, a free medium. We are all allowed to do whatever we want to. And all these on social media, I think it's been long time of lockdown. Some people have forced form opinions on everyone else's life today under the sun. They feel that it's their birthright to form opinions on everyone's life and profession. And hamari industry, like our industry, is on a platter because we are meant to be discussed on dining table. So every house and every household has an opinion on every actor or every actor's opinion. So I guess, I mean, sooner or later we just get used to it. I have gotten too used to it. So as I told you, it'll take a lot for me to get affected by it in a negative way.
But good you have arrived there and you formed that immunity. And Taapsee, after Sushant Singh Rajput death, people have really,
Hmm.
his death has also become like a topic of conversation. And it has again brought back the spotlight on the much touted debate between the outsider and insiders. You being a rank
Hmm.
outsider in the industry, what is your take on it? Do you still say, oh, I'm an outsider, but, or would you say, okay, now the industry has fully accepted me and these things really don't bother me? These tags basically.
I'm an outsider, and as I told you, every thing has a plus and a minus to it. Yes, I have lost out on films because of an outsider. Yes, I have at times felt not really welcomed at in certain camps and groups or whatever you may call it. But my question is, doesn't that happen to in any other profession? It's just that ours is in front of the camera, and the fact that we everyone from outside who has entered this film industry knew that this exists, the nepotism exists, and we still chose to be a part of this industry because we thought we have it in us to fight it out. So I decided to accept that as a rule of the book, that it is going to be harder, it's going to be tougher, it's going to be longer, a journey for me to make a mark. But the good part is when it happens, it's going to be only mine. Nobody will take the credit
Uh,
off me. Nobody can say ye uski wajah se she got the film, or falane ki wajah se her film is success and all that. My claim to fame will be my talent and what I do, not because I'm so and so's family member or so and so's muse or whatever. So all that is not going to be the reason for my success, which is a very, very proud feeling to have, which I feel only an outsider will have, because an insider will always be pointed at saying ye uski wajah se, ye iski wajah se.
mm,
Even if that person is successful or good, उसको लोग यही बोलते रहेंगे किसी और वजह से, किसी और वजह से. That doesn't happen. So as I told you, yes, there is a negative side to it also, but I choose to look at the glass half full. And I feel if I have to survive in this industry and if I have to keep moving forward, I can't be I can't constantly keep pointing out on issues and problems and keep like holding on to those grudges. I have to move ahead. That's so moving ahead is the only way I'm going to break the glass ceiling, not by pulling others down or trying to just create issues every now and then. I don't think I can succeed by doing that. I'll be too busy in calling out people then.
Actually, given that you came from the South Indian film industry, so at that time when you entered Bollywood in 2013, did your previous career and your experience was an added advantage, or did you face some prejudices here also? जैसे बोलते हैं कि TV actors when they come to Bollywood, they're like, oh, they're always put under a box. कि अरे ये तो TV से आया है. Did you also face any such prejudice that she's come from a different industry at that time? Now I'm sure things are different.
So the good of coming from South was only for me in terms of my experience of having worked, and I know what kind of people exist, because good and bad people are everywhere, be it in South industry or Bollywood or everywhere, right? So my
Mm.
experience of working in South helped me to navigate through problems and people here. So that was the positive of it, which was only up till me. Okay, but the negative of it, in the sense, not negative like you get a tag, like how you get a tag of TV actor, you get a
हाँ.
tag of South heroine, which I did not understand. What is the problem in that? But I don't know. They just start talking to you like, you only belong there. You are a struggler here. You're made to feel like that. Even though I'm from Delhi, for the longest time, a lot of people only knew me as South ki actress hai, so they thought I'm a South Indian. And I have no problems in being considered South ki actress, because that is what has given me the initial taste of success and taste of how this industry is and all of that. But to write me off for certain kind of roles or certain kind of films because I'm South ki actress was initially very weird. So I remember my management team back then used to tell me that we need to like wash off this tag, otherwise they box you in a certain category and they will only offer you these kind of roles and all that. So I was like, I don't understand why is it looked at in a certain way कि ये साउथ के एक्ट्रेस है तो वो उसी तरह के probably those commercially these kind of films कि आप उस तरह की हीरोइन टिपिकल कमर्शियल हीरोइन वाले रोल्स करके आई हूँ तो मैं यहाँ पे भी सिर्फ वही करूंगी, या मतलब I don't know, there was a weird kind of tag that I was asked to wash off when I came here, which I didn't understand कि मतलब क्यों. I thought अपने आप काम करूंगी, 10 पिक्चरें यहाँ करूंगी तो अपने आप people will remember me for those films. So anyway, I didn't bother about that much. But what hurts me, or what rather hurt me back then, hurt in the sense I did get slightly affected by it, was the way you're 10 films old. I was 10 films old when I started in Hindi, and that was probably more than a lot of A-listers also back then, because
Mm.
there are a lot of people who become stars in one or two or three odd films, but I had done 10 films down south. Even when I started shooting for Chashme Badur, I had done 10 films. By the time Chashme Badur released, I had done 13.
Mm.
So, but when I used to go out in events, or when I went there for meetings for Hindi films, I was treated like I'm one of those strugglers who's just landed in Bollywood, who is trying to like reach out with a portfolio profile. Uh, so in events you are made to sit in fifth, sixth, 10th rows because you are apparently a struggling newcomer for them. So that was very awkward. Whereas, I used to see the people, just because I haven't worked in Hindi language, I my value is zilch. If I would have done the same 10 films, which I even now have in Hindi, then my value suddenly changes. Why? The budgets have been the same, the exposure of the cinema is more or less the same, the collections of South films is huge, especially the big commercial films that I've been a part of. So I did not understand that. I felt very weird that, after working my way up from scratch in South, I have to again start that journey from scratch, which, a person who has already slogged and reached a certain level there will, feel slightly awkward doing that again. But then, as I told you, I had to force myself into saying it's okay. So I stopped attending all the public events for some time, thinking, okay, let me just do a couple of films, people will probably recognize me more, and then I started attending these events. That's what I did. I stopped going to public places, public events back then.
Really, things have paid off, and today I don't think people even like जिनको नहीं पता आपकी journey के बारे में. I'm sure there would be very few people will say her journey started from Chashme Badur and now Thappad. They remember it, remember you for that, which is a great, great
No, there are a
achievement.
lot of these, these small kids who I meet on signals, or, who come from these old Bombay areas. Sometimes you don't go to theaters as much. They still remember me. They call me from that Kanchana ki heroine and all that, because I had done Kanchana in South, and the kids have seen Jackpot, Kanchana, and meri sari Hindi dubbed South films. And I'm really glad that they have seen those. I mean, those kids who don't go to theater also know me sitting back home and remember me so vividly because of those South films. So I'm glad either way I'm familiar to them. So that works for me totally.
That's great. After you did touch upon that nepotism debate in Bollywood right now, and it's not that earlier you've not been vocal about it. I remember David Dhawan sir launched you in Bollywood 2013 with Chashme Badur. You have worked with Abhishek Bachchan in Manvarsiya. You have worked with Varun in Judwa. So ऐसा नहीं है that you are very oblivious to what happens in the industry. You work with the star kids and you're very well aware of what this nepotism debate is, where is it coming from, where is it heading. So tell me, do you really, really feel at this point of time that if someone is deserving and has talent, they still end up losing roles to star kids? Because right now what's happening is whatever wrong happens in the industry, this lot is the first one to face the brunt, get the blame, and being trolled. So what is your thing on all that?
It's, as I said, it's very easy to point fingers for failure. Yes, nepotism exists like in any other industry. Yes, there's groupism like in a lot of other industries. Why I just don't like this particular thing of, I mean, these people are like in the king position right now to call shots, and they are doing so. Anyone who's been given a power position will end up exploiting it somewhere. We are not gods, we are human beings, right? So everyone would try to use that power position to their advantage to some extent. My problem with this whole debate is the people who are blaming these groups and these families. I want to ask them, where were you when outsiders release their films and we have to like literally hope and pray कि हफ्ते के अंदर हमारी पिक्चर ना निकाल दें थिएटर से क्योंकि लोग नहीं आते देखने के लिए? Were you the ones booking our film tickets for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday show, just like you booked a Star Kids launch movie ticket in advance? Were you fair to us as an audience? Today you are signing petitions there, voting against, and whatever, following, unfollowing on Twitter and writing all that crap. Did you give us equal? हमारे को तो मतलब we have to do 10 films and then also have good word of mouth, have good critics के star, तब जाके people end up giving our film a chance in theater. Otherwise yeah, OTT पे देख लेंगे. But these star kids, when they come with their films, they end up going, अच्छा फलाने की picture है, let's go and watch it on the weekend. I'm like, you are the ones who are responsible for making them the king they are, because box office success makes you a star or no star today. If you support us outsiders as much as you support star kids, of course we will not be having this debate for long. I mean, I mentioned that in the previous interview also, how it's so strange. People who have not even given a single shot of their life have fan pages, have people following them, have people like talking and making, and media making news articles on them. हमारे को इतनी पिक्चरें लगती हैं just to make our presence felt, कि भाई मतलब हम भी हैं, हमारे को 5-6 पिक्चरें कर ली हैं, अच्छी परफॉर्मेंसेस दी हैं, प्लीज कवर अस ऑल्सो. Just because someone else is a star kid ends up getting covered just like that. So everyone, the people, the media, everyone, all of us are responsible somewhere for this inequality that exists. Let's stop blaming only those families for that.
I agree with that, and very valid points that you raised. In fact, of late, a lot of actors have told me in interviews that people are blaming actors or star kids or industry insiders. Why not audience when they don't go and watch pictures of this outsider? So I totally relate when you bring that point up. साथ ही nepotism का ही एक दूसरा cousin जो आजकल बहुत favoritism, people are differentiating between these two. So जब
Yeah,
कोई
which
सारा
is I feel it's a part of nepotism. Favorite,
हाँ
अगर
हाँ
nepotism की आप definition देखो, तो it's not just your family. It's about, you know, having
absolutely.
favoritism as a part of nepotism.
It is basically somebody you know out of connections or maybe somebody you like or you prefer over others that you end up giving roles to them. Do you think industry as a whole needs to now take a stand that it's okay, you definitely can have favorites, it is there in every field like you just mentioned, but since we're talking to you, we'll stick to Bollywood. But is it time that talent merit gets more preference, more priority over one's connections in the industry and the favoritism debate dies forever maybe? Can we do that really?
If your favoritism is out of talent, then what will you do? If you've formed a favorite because you believe in that person's talent, then you can't really say that, okay, nahi, nahi, ye to fair nahi hai. So this is a very ambiguous kind of a debate, you know, favoritism and even to an extent nepotism, where it comes to like there are certain star kids who are talented. Now, yes, they get edge on a lot of other things, but it's not like they don't justify the roles that are given to them, some of them. So do you really say that it's unfair totally? Because a lot of actors become favorite of certain directors because of their talent, and then those directors feel that, you know, they can easily mold that actor into whatever character they want to, and that's why they keep casting and recasting them. So that is when it's based on talent, that favoritism, then is it totally wrong? I don't think so, because if your favorite is basis because of a certain person's talent and not because something else, then I think it becomes a debate that can be questioned, right? So it's got, you know, it's more on your conscious, and it's more on your, because acting and good talent is very subjective. Sometimes you might find a certain actor good, I might not find that actor good. So what do you agar wo actor ko kaam milta hai, to you will say that it's right, and I'll probably say no. So what side of debate are we on? So it's a very subjective thing to say if a certain person deserves to be in a film or no. There is no benchmark or parameter to judge which is totally fair, 100% fair, कि ये उसने touch किया तो वो सही casting हुई है, नहीं तो नहीं हुई है. So it's a very subjective debate that we can have.
No, I somehow feel where Tapsi you're coming from. We've seen you do multiple films with Anurag Kashyap, Anubhav Sinha sir. Like people say, अच्छा ठीक है ये उनकी पिक्चरों में नजर आते हैं, which is fair enough. Your talent matches with their mindset, and you know your wavelength match, so you guys are working together. There are certain camps, these power tables that we often talk about at award shows. As an actor in these years, 7 years that you spent in Bollywood and 3 years in South, 10 years of your career, have you ever felt the need and greed to make way into these somehow or the other?
I was made to feel that I should. I was given number of, you know, these group, these influencer kind of people in the industry. इनके number दिए जाते थे in the beginning to, you know, go wish him or her it's his or her birthday, or you know, wish that person for the movie that's releasing. You know, you can just start a conversation, and I used to find it very awkward and weird, क्योंकि मैंने साउथ में कभी ऐसा नहीं किया. तो मुझे I used to find it very weird, because I was like, अभी I have just come from an industry for after 3 years and I've done decently well there. I never did it, so why should I do it here? And why that should be a way to get to the so-called top, I'm like, shouldn't I be? And they thought that this is how they were telling me that this is how you'll get into their camps and or into their movies. And I didn't understand that how will me wishing someone happy birthday or good luck for your film suddenly make that person think that they should be taking me for the film.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make sense. But yes, you are told that you should do all of these things to get into those groups. And I've seen at certain events certain actors trying to just like really force their way through into certain groups to sitting next to them and all of that. I've seen all that happening with my eyes, and I just find it very very funny because I know this is going to be so superficial and it's going to last, it's going to be very temporary. You can be in their groups, but unless you are worth getting into their business, you're not going to be casted. So you have to really be valuable for them to cast you in a film. Otherwise, all these getting into the group and all is not going to really work in your favor.
So we can say that Tapsi, as an actor, you're pretty content and very happy. I mean, content is the wrong word. There's always that hunger to do better. So you're pretty
Mm.
happy with the niche that you have created with your clutter-breaking films like A Thappad, A Pink, A Naam Shabana, Santiago, Badla, and all that. Is that the path that you will continue to follow?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel I tried to follow already that was a path that was laid. It did not work in my favor.
Yeah.
I tried to follow the commercial heroine route. Nobody was giving me work, and my films that I was choosing in that direction were not really working in the beginning of my career. I never am an audience to those typical art festival kind of films. I'm not an audience to that. So I don't understand those films. So how will I be able to sell those films to my audience? I have always been a midway audience who likes to find a balancing act between the two worlds. So I decided to, I was like, agar koi nahi, already there is no path already laid in that direction, let me create my own. I have
Yeah.
no hurry to reach the top. I have no greed to become number one actress. I honestly don't. I have, I'm actually, people are were asking me during this lockdown period, are you like, you get a little scared कि आपका reputation या आपकी image या आपका मतलब जो भी stardom है वो कम ना हो जाए because of a long gap. And I'm like, I'm pretty much fine sitting at home and not worrying about when is my next release going to happen. I'm content that way because I know whatever content I'll put out, people will absorb it and take me back home and remember me for a long time. And that's what important for me, quality over quantity. So I am not at all in that rat race of getting to the top. I have no ambitions of becoming the number one actress. I just want to be a bankable star. I've never shied away from saying that I want to be a star because I want to be a bankable star for both the producer and my audience, and that is the only goal I'm working towards. मेरे audience का पैसा वसूल होना चाहिए, मेरे producer को पैसा वापस मिलना चाहिए. And in between
Absolutely.
all of this, I should enjoy going to work every day. I should not be forcing myself to going to work thinking कि ये picture चलेगी तो करनी पड़ेगी. ऐसे नहीं करना है मुझे. So unless all these points are, if these points are ticked, then I'm happy with my life.
I think you have clearly said that मुझे number one नहीं बनना, but bankable होना. So I think your bank, the kind of collection that your films have done in the last 1 year, June 2019 till 2020, 352 plus crores, that
Yeah,
already makes you the highest grossing actor in Bollywood. So वो ना
which
चाहते हुए
was
भी automatically हो गया.
yeah, exactly. That was, I remember, when this came out, and I was totally surprised because
Hmm.
I actually never counted it and added it. So when I saw it, I was like, really? Like that sounds nice, but not that I kept that as the aim. So
Yeah.
it does feel nice. Of course, that's what I want to be a bankable actor. But I did not know कि हो गया पिछले एक साल में कि I was the
Yes.
highest, my films were the
Yes.
highest earning. Yeah, so that was a genuinely good surprise when I got to know that.
That's great. So now the taxi industry starting to open up slowly. TV shoots have already started. Movies का भी clarity नहीं है इतना कब शुरू होने वाली है. But personally, if I ask you, are you mentally,
Hmm.
physically, emotionally prepared to go out? Because a lot of actors have been saying that they are very worried and skeptical whether they want to be the first one on the set shooting. So how is it with you? Are you prepared?
I am wanting to go back to work because I am the believer of the normal, not the new normal. So I'm really wanting to go back to my regular normal work. Yes, there will be certain kind of precautions that will be taken care of for safety of everyone, but I think going to work is probably a way of making you feel that things hopeful that this it's going to be back to normal again. And as an actor, as a movie actor, probably I'll be the last one probably to go to work, which is very painful for a person who loves to
Mm.
work. But yeah, if it has to be for the sake of safety and for the sake of producers, because they have a certain set of guidelines that they have to adhere to if they want to start shooting. So when they do that, eventually the safety and precautions will be taken care of. So if you ask me as an individual, a person who loves to work, am I ready? Yes, I am. And have I accepted that corona will be a part of COVID, will be a part of my life in the future? Yes, I have. It's not, I believe it's not a dinosaur that's standing outside my main gate, and with the moment I'm going to come out and it's going to grab me. No, I have to kind of make sure with the safety precautions of, how to be in public place, and building my own immunity. With all these things together, I need to learn to live with it in a certain way. I can't keep running away from it.
Were there any films of yours that also got affected, maybe mid-shoot or post-production pending, or everything is now
I
will
have
start?
only one film, Haseen Dilruba. That was we had
Okay.
only last 7 to 10 days of work left when lockdown was
Mm.
called. So that's one film that I'm stuck with. I have to complete, and the others are still like thinking when to start, because everyone wants the, rains have started. So now outdoor shoot is again in question because it's raining here. It's raining in India, so we have to figure out. No timelines are decided. So as I told you, we'll be probably the last ones to go to work. Uh, no time soon.
That's a little short on time, but I have to touch base upon this very, very important subject that is hot favorite right now. You've earlier had like you've done a short film, and then your film has performed exceptionally well on OTT. And I remember you telling us that it looks like it re-release हो गया है जिस तरह के response आता है OTT के बाद. So
Hmm.
this entire
Hmm.
OTT versus theater debate, whether producers
Hmm.
are right in letting their films go for a direct to OTT release, and whether multiplexes are right in raising an objection. As an artist, as an actor, whose interest would you think in? If producer का पैसा नहीं डूबना चाहिए, because abhi people will also be very worried of coming in a theater amid social distancing norms. So what is your take on whether these big budget films are now they're coming on OTT? So what's your opinion on that?
Um, I think everybody's money and time is at stake in this, be it the theater owners, producers, and even the people who are stakeholders in a film, as an actor or anyone else. Everyone's kind of suffering in some or the other way. So we have to minimize the suffering. And it looks like right now, see, whenever it opens up, whenever the theaters open up, there gonna be so many films
Yeah.
lined up one after the other, that maybe not all films will get their due time and space to have a release window in theaters. And at that time, probably the smaller fish in the pond is going to end up suffering worse than what we already suffer as a smaller film, right? So that ways I feel, it's probably right for a lot of filmmakers to think that instead of clogging up the theater when they open up, let's just space out the release during this time so that the producer also gets a certain return. People have something to watch. They don't have to fear going into a theater soon. So and it's not like a small these theaters are not going to get business once it opens up. Obviously everyone would want to release their films in theaters, and we would want to go to theaters are ready with some solid SOPs to make sure that it's safe enough for people to enter. We are community kind of, Indians are very community loving people. We
Yeah.
love to go in groups, families, to watch a movie. I don't think that's ever going to go out of business. So theater is going to get back to its normal occupancy, as soon with certain norms being in place. I don't think that's got anything to fear. But meanwhile, people who have actually had money stuck, who cannot progress and make another film without those monies being released, and they have interests piling on. I think it's too harsh on them to expect them to keep waiting. Theaters will get their films to release when things open up. I'm sure there'll be like a lot of films ready to release even then. But some people can't wait with certain kind of films, so let them release. At the end of the day, everyone wants to like move their life, and holding them on for too long might just be not good for them. So I feel it's fine, but the normal is going to be back to normal as soon as the theater opens up.
That's great, Taapsee. So on a parting note, I want to know what is your idea? Like you said, you don't want a new normal, you want a normal normal. But आपका normal
Yeah.
normal भी अब कितना different होने वाला है because people are really getting used to adjusting to a new normal scenario when the lockdown unlock, I don't know, but when things get back to normal.
See, if the new normal includes the fact that we would like to be socially distancing in terms of we are not jumping on top of each other and like chipcoing to each other in public places, that's a good normal to have. I'm welcoming that normal. But it's going to be living with fear. I am not okay with that normal. So I just hope people learn these certain norms of staying healthy and hygienic and keeping a certain distance. That's all good normal to have. But that fear, I hope that something bad is going to happen to us if we go out in public space. I hope just that starts going out soon from our lives.
Let's hope that we all get back to normal and your Hasina Dilruba schedule starts soon so that the other films that are
Yeah.
in the pipeline can also make way, Tapsi. Thank you so much for sparing time. It was lovely talking to you as always and all the very best.
Thank you, Monica.
Stay
Thank you
safe.
so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.